think we are good here. Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Weather Forecast Center. This is John here to give you the latest on weather for this evening and the next few days. And I have something towards the end that I need to point out in the tropics, because the tropics is going to start heating up when we go into August. There is something on the GFS that has something that might be in the Gulf of Mexico, the Florida side of the Gulf of Mexico, that could be making landfall in the Panhandle going towards middle of next week. So I will show you that towards the end. So for right now, let me get my pen, and we'll turn it blue for right now so there is a slight risk of severe weather today for much of South Dakota, the southwestern side of Minnesota, the western side of Iowa, much of Nebraska, and into northern Kansas. There's a marginal risk that extends from northern Minnesota back to south and central Montana, down through much of Wyoming, to northeast Colorado, through much of Kansas, through half of Missouri, and on up along the very western edge of, not the western, the very northwestern edge of Wisconsin. So that is the risk today. What is that driven off of? We'll go to this, and there is a 2% chance of a tornado in much of South Dakota, into northeastern Nebraska, into western Iowa, and far southwestern Minnesota. So there is a tornado component to this. But the primary threat would be wind, where there is a 15% chance of wind here in the slight risk area, but there is a hatched area here in south through much of middle South Dakota, south central South Dakota, where winds could exceed 75 miles an hour. And then the hail threat. As you know, I do this all live and right in front of you. So you're looking at it at the same time I am. And there is a 15% chance of hail through South Dakota, Nebraska, and into northwestern Kansas, with a 5% surrounding that, going all the way up into northern Minnesota. While we're on the topic of that, we will go to tomorrow's outlook, where they have another slight risk of severe weather here in North Dakota, South Dakota, South Central North Dakota, and all Central South Dakota. What is that driven off of? There is that's they have something there I missed? Yeah, they did. What I forgot to mention is that there's a marginal risk surrounding that goes through central Nebraska all the way up into much of North Dakota. And there's a marginal risk here that could get bumped up to slight risk here in much of Wisconsin, southeastern Minnesota, eastern Iowa, much of Illinois, much of Indiana, and much of central and eastern Kentucky and far southwestern Ohio. That see what modes we have. So there is a 2% chance of tornadoes tomorrow here from northwestern Kentucky through much of Indiana and through Illinois and far southwestern Ohio. So there's a 2% chance of tornadoes tomorrow as well. Wind, there is a 15% chance of winds exceeding 60 miles an hour here in Dakotas, and 5% chance of that surrounding it going down into central Nebraska, and all in the marginal risk in the Midwest. Hail threat. There's a health threat as well. Oh. So the slight risk is going to be for large hail. There is a 15% chance of hail exceeding 1 inch in diameter. There's a hatch risk through basically through central portion of south central North Dakota and central South Dakota for hail exceeding 2 inches in diameter. And there's a 5% risk surrounding that. And then there's a small 5% risk here in the Midwest. So that is tomorrow's outlook. For Tuesday, there's just a large marginal risk for right now that stretched from the Dakotas all the way down into Tennessee. And probabilities of that is 5% through basically 5% chances of significant severe weather through much of this area. So I haven't talked about the radar right now, so that's what I'm going to do now. There is a coastal low here in the Northeast that's bringing rain to Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut as we speak right now, and that is moving westward. Basically, it's going to do one of these numbers, and then the moisture will pretty much follow that. So, northeast, basically the northeast coast is going to get hit with a coastal low tomorrow with rain and wind, and it would be significantly cooler due to the northeast winds from this low pressure system here that's throwing back the moisture to the west. We have showers and thunderstorms through much of Florida right now, with a trough and a old frontal boundary that's lingering down here. We have showers and thunderstorms scattered about here in the mid South. Um, there are some damage. Here's one out of Morgan County, Alabama, of a tree being knocked down, blocking a road. And here in Mississippi, um, in Lafayette County, by Train Spotter, a tree down. Also in that neighborhood, there is also some flooding that's going on here in, looks like, central Alabama. So turn around, don't drown. Find an alternate route. Also up here in Tennessee, up here in eastern Tennessee and north central Tennessee. Flooding here in New Mexico. And we have here some showers and thunderstorms here in New Mexico and in southern Arizona, with a report of 1-inch diameter hail being reported and 50 plus mile an hour winds here at the country border. And we have a few reports of wind gusts at or above 60 miles an hour here in Wyoming, with showers and thunderstorms that developed this afternoon. And one report of large hail. There has been flooding here in Nebraska, with this batch of showers and thunderstorms heading to the south and east. And then we have this batch here, and then we have storms firing up along the frontal system here in the Dakotas. So that's currently. So we are going to go to models. We're going to go. So we are going to go to, that's not done yet, so we're going to have to use this one. So this is we're going to go to currently, which should be about 5 o'clock. Yeah. Okay. So here is our coastal low here, bringing showers and thunderstorms here. And then this is basically here's your low right here. So this will rotate around. So parts of Jersey will get showers and cooler weather for tomorrow, while the Carolinas are still in influence of this high pressure. But as that slides off to the east, return flow will be more humidity will start to return again. And then we have this flow right here. For scattered showers and thunderstorms here up through the Midwest. Here in the plains, here's that stronger core of flow rotating, that's going through Kansas and Nebraska right now, And then you got your frontal passage storms, and then you got this area over here as well. And then basically your renegade showers and thunderstorms here in the Intermountain West. So we progress to tomorrow afternoon look. So this is tomorrow afternoon. So this low goes inland, and we still have the flow coming in from the north from this low in the northeast, which is going to rotate showers and wind here in the northeast, getting down to probably Delaware and Maryland tomorrow. And then we have this stronger flow up in here, which will cause showers and some severe weather tomorrow, and up here in the Dakotas, actually be like something like this. And then, just scattered pockets of showers and thunderstorms here in this stagnant flow here in the Intermountain West. As we go into Tuesday, here's the stronger flow for this area of severe weather for Tuesday, which goes all the way down into Kentucky and all the way through the Dakotas. Then we have probably pockets of severe weather here in the Intermountain West. Scattered showers and thunderstorms here in Washington, Oregon, Colorado, and Nevada. Probably some showers and thunderstorms down there. And then we got the moisture coming back in the Carolinas, so scattered showers and thunderstorms. This low finally moves out, so it'll give primarily a decent dry day for much of the day on Tuesday here in the Mid-Atlantic before showers and thunderstorms redevelop. Going to Wednesday, okay, so now the emphasis of the severe weather will shift to the east, which will be in this area here, while the interior northeast and mid-Atlantic into the Carolinas will see scattered showers and thunderstorms. Might have another severe risk here in the northern and central plains and here into eastern Wyoming, and scattered showers and thunderstorms down here in New Mexico. And it looks like another trough is coming into the northwest, so there could be showers, thunderstorms into Washington State come Wednesday. Thursday. So Thursday, basically your showers and thunderstorms will be southeast into the northeast, including areas of Maine. And then we got this piece of flow coming out from the mountains. And then the flow that was up here continues to rotate. Continues to rotate. Let's try that again. So basically the trough is rotating up into Canada with a chance of showers and thunderstorms in northern Washington and down here in southern Oregon. And then again here, the monsoon season for showers and thunderstorms here in Arizona and New Mexico. And I'll reiterate, here will be the flow that's coming out of the Midwest and lining up here from Georgia into the Northeast with showers and thunderstorms along it. And then your stronger flow here coming into the Midwest will probably promote severe weather in this area here from, I would say, Missouri to Indiana. And then here probably in Kansas, and then here up in the Dakotas. That is your Thursday. Now your Friday. Now this, after Friday, things get interesting. So I'll show you Friday, and then I'll show you what I'm looking at as far as tropical entities are concerned. So this is Friday. We have a stronger piece of flow here in the Great Lakes going into the Northeast. So we'll probably have a frontal system here for showers and thunderstorms, and then probably some severe weather up here in northern North Dakota, down here in the Midwest. Showers and thunderstorms basically in this area here, much of Midwest down to probably Tennessee. Monsoon continues with showers and thunderstorms in Arizona and New Mexico. And it looks like a frontal system comes into the Northwest with showers and thunderstorms or just plain rain from Washington State through Oregon and Northern California. Probably a chance of severe weather here in much of Montana. Now, as I said, I'm looking at a little inkling. Look down here as we get past Friday of next week. Okay? So that's Saturday. Okay? I'll detail Saturday. Showers, thunderstorms in the Northeast. Well, showers and thunderstorms, probably some severe here in the northern plains. And then here in much of the West Coast and into Arizona here on Saturday. On Sunday, this is a week from now. Now I'm going to show you something. There is a full-fledged hurricane or tropical system here in the Pacific. What's its name? Don't know what its name's going to be, but that's a pretty strong storm heading to the west-northwest. Now, earlier I had a system here that was going to end up off the southeast coast at this time. Now it has shifted the tropical disturbance is now in the western or the eastern Gulf of Mexico near Florida. So if I go we'll slowly walk this through, okay? So this continues so this probable hurricane is moving west. I gotta do better than that. It's basically moving this way out to sea. Okay? Then we got this thing here. We probably have something over here that's probably going to recurve and go out this way due to a frontal passage here in the Northeast. So this is the main piece or the main spot I'm looking at right here. So we are currently still on Saturday. We're on Saturday night. So we keep on going for Sunday early morning. Okay. 2-5. We'll stop it here. Now let's try and get its act together right here. Probably bringing squally weather to the Gulf coastal side of Florida as it continues to go north. Okay, we'll stop it here. This is 8 a.m. Sunday. It's right here. Okay, we still got this, storm out here continuing to move out to sea. And we have this frontal passage here. With probably another one coming into the northwest, swinging to the east, which is going to pick this up and pretty much going to pick this up and sling it. Basically going to pick it up, go this way, and then probably this way with it. Okay? So we're at 192. So this will be noon or 11 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Well, we'll stop it here at 11 o'clock. Here's approaching Big Bend of Florida here. Looks like a weak disturbance of some sort. Here's the dying disturbance getting sucked up into the frontal passage here. And then here's our probable hurricane out in the eastern Pacific. And then there's another one that way down here in the Pacific as well, which probably be another hurricane. Okay, so we'll step this forward again. That's 2 o'clock. That's 5 o'clock on Sunday. So 5 o'clock Sunday, here is the well, that's nice. Anyway, so here is a weakening hurricane. Here is a strengthening one down here. There's two in the Pacific. And then we got this disturbance here in the Gulf of Mexico, the eastern Gulf of Mexico, probably bringing squally weather to the Gulf Coast of Florida, into the Florida Panhandle, and getting into southern Alabama and southern Georgia at this time. And it's probably making sort of landfall here by Sunday evening, somewhere here in the probably the Panhandle of Florida. Okay, we have one system out here and two down here. Okay, once those pass, this area elongates. Okay, we'll stop it here 5 a.m. next Monday, as this will slow down and dump a lot of rain in Florida, Georgia, and Alabama as it moves northeast-ish. Here's our dying storm here. Here's our intensifying storm here. as we continue to step this forward. Okay. Now we are at 11 a.m. next Monday. We have a dying system here, a intensifying, more likely a major hurricane in the Pacific down here. And then we got this tropical low here in the southeast, dumping lots of rain and possible tornado risk here in Georgia come next Monday. So as we step forward through the day on Monday, stopping here late afternoon. So this is going bye-bye. This thing is intensifying and moving west-northwest. And then our tropical low is now inland and spreading rain and thunderstorms here in the southeast in Florida, Georgia, and Alabama, and starting to creep into South Carolina, slowly moving to the north and east. So if we continue to step this forward, we'll go into next Tuesday. So we are now 8 days out here now. So we'll leave it here. We'll start here next Tuesday morning at 8 a.m. A strong hurricane out here in Pacific. Your tropical low here, probably spreading some severe weather to its east in South Carolina and Georgia, dumping a lot of rain here in northern Florida, Alabama, Georgia, and starting to encroach the Carolinas here next Tuesday. As we continue to step this forward, okay, we'll stop it here. This is 8 a.m. next Tuesday night. Here's our hurricane in the Pacific continuing to move west. Here is our tropical thing here, slowly moving to the north and northeast, entering South Carolina at this point. As we continue on, we'll go into next Wednesday. We're going to next Wednesday. This is 8 o'clock next Wednesday. So here's our tropical area here in Georgia and Carolinas that basically went inland and then went north and east. So somewhere around here. Here is our big hurricane out in the eastern Pacific. Good Lord. And that's moving away to the west-northwest. Away. Let's look at the United States as a whole. Yeah, we got, now we got this trough. Whoa. That's twice I did that. This trough here that this thing is feeling and starting to move to the north, making that turn up the coast. It seems like we're going to get into one of those one of these patterns up here in the northern tier where we got pieces of energy rolling through with, chances of severe weather with each piece going through. the northern tier, basically going up and over ridges of high pressure, which will start to show down here in the southwest again. Then as we continue to move this forward, there's our hurricane way down here. This ought to be a hurricane, probably a Cat 5. This thing down here, moving away. And then finally this piece finally gets away as the piece of energy moves east. And then we got this piece of energy that's going to be riding along the top of it. So from there's something that's, so in the gist, there will be something here. As the miles showed, there will be something in the eastern Gulf of Mexico starting next Sunday. It'll probably be a weak system. It'll come ashore into Florida. It could cause some severe weather in the form of tornadoes in eastern Georgia and probably eastern South Carolina, maybe southeastern North Carolina, but not sure the strength of it as it gets that far north. But that is all subject to change since that is 8 days out. But it does show something 7 days out in the Gulf of Mexico. So with that, I wish you all a very good evening, and I hope to talk to you again soon.